Have you ever wondered what the smartest creature in the ocean might be? Most people would probably think of dolphins or whales. But hiding beneath the waves is an animal so strange that it almost feels like an alien. The octopus. At first glance, it looks like a simple sea creature with 8 arms. But once scientists started studying it, they discovered something incredible. An octopus has 3 hearts. That's right, not 1, not 2, but 3. 2 of them pump blood to the gills, while the third sends blood to the rest of the body. Even stranger, when an octopus swims, the main heart actually stops beating for a moment. That's one reason why octopuses prefer crawling along the seafloor instead of swimming long distances. And it gets weirder. An octopus doesn't just have 1 brain. It has 9. One central brain controls the body, while each arm has its own mini-brain capable of making decisions on its own. In fact, scientists have observed octopus arms reacting to things independently, almost as if each arm has a mind of its own. But intelligence isn't the only thing that makes octopuses special. They're masters of disguise. Using thousands of specialized skin cells, an octopus can instantly change its color, pattern, and even the texture of its skin. 1 second it looks like a rock. The next, it completely disappears into a coral reef. Some species take camouflage even further by impersonating other animals, including venomous sea snakes and lionfish, to scare away predators. And if all else fails, an octopus has one final escape trick. It can release a cloud of ink, creating a smokescreen underwater while it quickly escapes danger. With 3 hearts, 9 brains, incredible intelligence, and shape-shifting abilities, the octopus isn't just one of the strangest animals on Earth. It might be the closest thing our planet has to a real-life alien. When you hear the word shark, you probably imagine a terrifying predator cruising through the ocean. But what if I told you sharks were already swimming in Earth's oceans long before dinosaurs even existed? It sounds impossible, but it's true. Sharks first appeared around 450 million years ago. To put that into perspective, dinosaurs didn't show up until about 230 million years ago. That means sharks were already ancient by the time the first dinosaur took its first step. Even more incredible, sharks survived multiple mass extinctions, including the event that wiped out the dinosaurs 66 million years ago. So how did they do it? One reason is adaptability. Over millions of years, sharks evolved into hundreds of different species. Some grew larger than buses, while others became small enough to fit in your hand. Today, there are more than 500 known shark species living in oceans around the world. And many of them are far stranger than people realize. Take the Greenland shark, for example. This slow-moving shark can live for more than 400 years, making it one of the longest living vertebrates ever discovered. Some Greenland sharks swimming today may have been born before modern countries even existed. Then there's the hammerhead shark, with its bizarre head shape that gives it a wider field of vision and helps it detect prey hidden beneath the sand. But perhaps the shark's most amazing ability is something humans can never do naturally. Sharks can sense electricity. Every living creature produces tiny electrical signals. Special organs around a shark's snout allow it to detect these signals, helping it locate prey even in complete darkness. Imagine being able to find someone in a pitch-black room just by sensing the electricity coming from their muscles. That's basically a shark's superpower. Despite their scary reputation, sharks kill very few humans each year. In fact, humans are far more dangerous to sharks than sharks are to us. Millions of sharks are killed annually through fishing and the fin trade, causing some species to decline rapidly. So the next time you see a shark, don't just think of a predator. Think of a survivor. A living relic that has ruled the oceans for hundreds of millions of years and outlived some of the greatest creatures to ever walk the earth. What if I told you there's an animal on Earth that can actually reverse its age? Not in a movie. Not in a science fiction story. A real animal. Meet Turritopsis dohrnii, often called the immortal jellyfish. At first glance, it looks completely ordinary. It's small, transparent, and drifts through the ocean like thousands of other jellyfish. But hidden inside its tiny body is one of the strangest abilities ever discovered in nature. Most animals follow a simple path in life. They're born, they grow up, they get old, and eventually they die. The immortal jellyfish does something different. When it becomes injured, stressed, or reaches old age, it can transform itself back into its younger form. Imagine being an 80-year-old human and suddenly turning back into a child. That's essentially what this jellyfish can do. Instead of continuing toward death, it resets its biological clock and starts life all over again. Scientists call this process transdifferentiation. Its cells literally change into different types of cells, allowing the jellyfish to rebuild its body from an earlier stage of life. And it can repeat this process multiple times. Because of this ability, researchers say the jellyfish is biologically immortal. That doesn't mean it can never die. It can still be eaten by predators, get sick, or be killed by environmental changes. But unlike most animals, it doesn't appear to die simply because of old age. Naturally, this has made scientists extremely interested. If researchers can understand how this jellyfish resets its cells, it could one day help us learn more about aging, tissue repair, and even certain diseases. Of course, humans are still very far from discovering the secret to eternal youth. But somewhere in the ocean, a tiny jellyfish is already doing something we've dreamed about for thousands of years. It keeps turning back time. Again. And again. And again. Imagine losing an arm. Then a few weeks later, it grows back. Not a fake arm. Not a robotic arm. A real arm. Complete with bones, muscles, nerves, and blood vessels. Sounds impossible, right? But for a strange animal called the axolotl, it's just a normal part of life. Native to the lakes of Mexico, the axolotl looks like something straight out of a fantasy movie. With its permanent smile and feathery external gills, it doesn't resemble any other animal on Earth. But its appearance isn't what makes scientists fascinated. It's what happens when the axolotl gets injured. If an axolotl loses a leg, it can grow an entirely new one. If it loses part of its tail, it grows back. If part of its heart is damaged, it can repair it. And incredibly, it can even regenerate parts of its brain. Most animals heal injuries by creating scar tissue. Axolotls do something completely different. Their bodies rebuild the missing part almost perfectly, as if the injury never happened. Scientists have spent decades trying to understand this ability. If humans could regenerate tissues like axolotls, it could revolutionize medicine. Imagine repairing damaged organs, healing spinal cord injuries, or restoring lost limbs. But there's another surprising fact about axolotls. Despite their incredible powers, they're actually endangered in the wild. Pollution, habitat loss, and invasive species have dramatically reduced their numbers. In laboratories around the world, thousands of axolotls are studied every year. Yet in their natural habitat, they are becoming increasingly rare. It's a strange irony. One of the most extraordinary animals on Earth may need our help to survive. Because hidden behind that cute smile is a creature carrying secrets that could one day change the future of medicine forever.